Who the fuck are you calling a biatch? Okay, I am a bitch. All right, say it right. The most fabulous bitch you're ever gonna fucking see. Watch your mouth and spell it right, biatch. Yeah, you better be sorry. I'm the top bitch, and don't you ever forget it. Sup, my beautiful, fabulous bitch? That's what I'm talking about now. What's going on, cats and clit? My age appropriate man is coming over tomorrow. Thank fuck. I was really tired of hearing you talk to fucking 25-year-olds and shit. My god. Be normal. Be a teen. Holy shit. Good job. So proud of you. Giving them fucking pedos any type of any type of fucking satisfaction getting to interact with somebody they shouldn't even be talking to. Weirdos. He's staying for 2 nights. Oh my god. 2 nights of innocent teen behavior. Are you gonna come spam my chat about cuddling with no kisses again? If I ever needed a reminder that you're actually young, you spent like 8 fucking paragraphs in my Twitch chat talking about how you cuddled your last boy toy. I was expecting some kind of big payoff, like a kiss at least or something. Not you giving an excited and genuine response to what was clearly sarcasm. No, I do not want to hear a fucking 8 paragraph story about how you cuddled with no payoff. I don't care. I don't care what you care about. You know what? Well, I care what I care about, and that should be enough. You know what? Fuck your boyfriend. I'm not even excited to hear about him no more. Let me be happy, you sour old man. I'll tell you right now. All of my partners will tell you I'm the furthest thing from sour. I'm a very sweet man. However, for teens that cannot stay away from pedophilic adults, I kind of just have to harass you. He's so beautiful. I'm glad that you're with somebody that you can speak about like this, because when you were talking about being with these fucking old men, I never saw you gush and gawk like this. I'm glad you're with somebody that that you actually like right now. Very proud of you. Please do not waste your time with fucking weirdo adults and people that you aren't this excited to be with. It's an actual fucking waste of time. If you aren't this excited about every person you become romantically or sexually involved with, it's not good enough. Let me tell you right now. I genuinely have no idea how I pulled this man. See, that's the best feeling ever. That's how you know you're in a great opportunistic you're in a great romantic opportunity. I've only had a few partners like that in my life, but it is the best feeling ever. When you genuinely love somebody so much, you're like, fuck, I'm so lucky to be blessed with your presence. And it's an age appropriate relationship now. You're winning at the moment. Enjoy that feeling. It becomes a lot harder to find those relationships as you become an adult and don't have any mutual spaces to really socialize in. Better cherish that relationship, treat it right if it's one you really enjoy. Just saying, adult dating fucking sucks. I'm single again now. My last girlfriend was an objectively great person, but the compatibility wasn't where it needed to be. So if you can find a good person that is objectively great and you actually really very much enjoy all the time you spend with them, cherish that shit. It's rare. It's so rare. I'm gonna be an abstinent. I'm gonna be an abstinent uh, singleton now until I meet somebody organically. These dating sites are ass. Anyways, enjoy your morning. I'm gonna focus on my game now. So I'm probably not gonna be talking to you as much. I'm gonna hit my bongington. We both fell asleep while talking on the phone last night. How fucking cute is that? Damn, you really are 17 years old. That's gonna be pretty normal as you get older. But it is very nice to have somebody you enjoy spending that kind of time with. Now that right there is proper intimacy. Although not necessarily uncommon or unheard of. But it is very nice to have somebody that you enjoy talking with until you fall asleep. Yeah, that's that fucking mid-level content. Have you tried going to Aldi while wearing really cool pants? I am not picking up no bitches at fucking Aldi, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm not picking up nobody. Like, if it's a gym or a grocery store, I'm not trying to flirt with nobody in them areas. I'm sorry. I've heard too many stories about how much women fucking hate being approached in those spaces. I am not gonna fucking embarrass myself. Like you can, bruh, you spend 2 minutes on any social media site, and you will immediately find out those are the two worst places to try and look for a relationship. It depends. I don't know if it depends at all. I have literally the only time women like being flirted with in those spaces is if the man perfectly hits their preferences, which statistically speaking is not likely, okay? Because if you don't know the woman, you don't know her preferences. So statistically speaking, to take the gamble that you hit her preferences well enough for her to not feel offended that you're trying to flirt with her in this very public space where she's just trying to get her errands done is simply unlikely. I tell all of my fellow men right now, do not fucking embarrass yourself, bro. Like, leave women alone in them spaces, bro. Genuinely. Niggas just trying to get through their day. If you're trying to flirt with somebody, it should be in a place where socializing is the actual, like, underlying rhetoric, like at a club or literally anywhere else that isn't where somebody is doing their regular life errands, like a museum or some shit. Go sightseeing and flirt with the girls there. But I've heard too many stories about how women feel about getting flirted with in them spaces. I just tell niggas, bro, yo, give that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Give that shit up, bro. Leave them women alone. If you're just minding your own business, it's annoying, but I feel like if you make eye contact a few times first, you can figure out if she might be into it. Yeah, but see, the fact that you even have to do that kind of weird stipulation to figure out if she's okay with it just goes to show that those are not spaces where you want to be pursuing any kind of flirting. Like the fact that you have to rely on these very strange, um, unspoken signals that can be very easily misinterpreted. It's just like, yeah, just leave it alone, man. Don't don't bother women in those spaces, honestly. Every time I hear women complain about how men don't approach them anymore, I'd be like, are you going anywhere else besides the grocery store or the gym? Because niggas are not gonna bother you there no more. Y'all have lambasted the niggas that did that. So every nigga that after that is not fucking with that shit no more. Also, Danny Yokai, welcome to the kick stream. Didn't mean to read over your chat or skip over your chat. I'm very glad he approached me though. Yeah. I feel like no matter what, most women you talk to though, even people who've gotten into their happy relationship by being approached like that, those very same women have probably 8x the amount of instances where they've been approached in scenarios and channels where they would have really rather not have been approached. So it's like even the people that have their happy relationship happen like that have more moments where it's like I really wish niggas would just not do that shit. So I feel like it's really just a rule of thumb to leave women alone in them spaces. PvM starts soon. I'm sucking my bong off right now. Also, I'm gonna take this moment to just appreciate the fact that my asshole is so itchy. Yeah, that's fucking unfortunate, Blase. God damn. My asshole is also itchy twinsies. Listen, okay? Us itchy assholers gotta stick together. Okay, I'm actually gonna play the game now, so I'll probably be talking a little bit less. Is there supposed to be game audio? Yeah, so there is. I didn't realize it until I started this kill, so now I've got to end the kill before, Oh, you guys also can't hear the video that's playing.
They shared that over 4.5 million documents were
you can at least hear the video now, but yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game after this for the sound to work.
Of communication, phones,
I forgot it's really
emails,
stupid
Telegram,
when I decided to switch audio
WhatsApp,
devices.
Discord, and Slack. Those are the named sources of communication. And the firm claims on their reputation, on their mom, that its investigation of all public allegations as well as others that arose over the course of the investigation were thorough. That's a huge statement because so much shit has come out. They found that the allegations of misconduct between employees in regard to P-word, grooming, CSAM, and all that and the like are all without basis, which means they're nonsense. The same was found of Mr. Beast LLC's allegations that they'd knowingly hired individuals who have historically done things that were illegal and horrible and abhorrent, or which could even be questionable. Hey man, I wish you would have told us earlier. I wish you'd have had some kind of statement earlier and we didn't have to wait. I guess that makes sense though, to just let a law, because this is,
also,
you know,
why are
you're
you
going to do a better job investigating and be less.
Why are you commenting on 2
Beast,
different platforms again? You're actually fucking, oh man. You're actually autistic, just like me.
Cool. So that being said, they did, however, find several instances of workplace harassment.
Every time you do it, it confuses me. Like,
why? Good,
why are you doing this?
They do say
why are you
when
weird?
The company was informed of such conduct, it took swift and appropriate
Never
action
change.
to address the incident, sometimes
I like my
firing those
weirdos.
involved, which is awesome. You're obviously not going to be able to prevent every single possible thing from going wrong in your company when it's such a large company. You have so many employees.
Scales.
The swift action, the appropriate response, the professional response, the official channels to handle this type of stuff.
All right, we're restarting the game.
The fact that they took them according to this, I mean, I guess if you believe lawyers, it's good. It's good. That's a good sign, I would say. Then the statement shares their perspective on how the company got
fucking fast RS3 comes up. Rune Light takes like 16 to 11, 70 years to load. Dude, I just exited out, already logged back in.
Point of things potentially going wrong, indicating growing pains of the channel's
dude, literally I logged back in so fast, OBS can't OBS didn't have time to recapture the game. That's how fucking fast I logged back in. Holy shit. God, I love how fast RS3 loads. It is so good.
My videos, I mean, it's a business. You can't just magically know exactly what to do and how to do everything right.
Yeah, barely enough time to scratch your
someone
nuts
for their experience in business,
when
and
you
have
start
so
this
much
fucking
money,
game.
you might get taken advantage of. It's
I'm gonna try to get a Cambridge proficiency certificate. What in the fuck even is that? What is that? What is a Cambridge proficiency? What does Cambridge proficiency entail? Sounds like bullshit. Sounds like a scam. But you're only 17, so there's no way you're paying for it, so.
difficult. It's difficult to do all this stuff. It's all difficult. They say that it's clear that Mr. Beast LLC is committed to remedying the issues and creating a mature culture where problematic behaviors are not tolerated in the new iteration, which is totally respectable. I hope they actually do that. That being said, there's a lot of issues still with all this stuff. I mean, I'm not now flipping the script and just being like, well, the lawyer said it, so it's true. I would love to see Mr. Beast and Dawson talk about this. That's what I want to see. That's what I feel like most people want to see, is some kind of real human being interaction that can be resolved out of this situation. That's what I would like to see. They outline some of the steps that the company is taking to improve the company culture, which makes sense. They're hiring a new CEO, CPO, CFO, and general counsel. Okay, that sounds good. All employees will undergo mandatory corporate training. Implementation of a new anonymous reporting tool for employees. That's huge. Now, this guy Alex Spiro is the fellow who signed off at the bottom of the document. He's a celebrity lawyer who has represented many high-profile individuals, including Alec Baldwin, during his manslaughter case when he shot that lady. He's also represented Elon Musk, Jay-Z, and multiple top-level athletes. He's a bigwig celebrity.
Yeah, let's fucking go! It was a pulsing spider. That's the only reason, though. If it wasn't mirror back, that would have hurt us.
Being charged,
that would have absolutely hurt us. Now, can the pulsing spider heal it from up there? Because we're gonna have a huge problem if you can.
Program bribery and receiving campaign contributions by foreign nationals. More wire fraud solicitation.
I guess we're about to find out.
Also bribery. So.
Oh no, it spawns
He
it
must
down
be a
here
good
though,
lawyer.
so you
now
can
this is
kill
where
it.
things
It would
get
have
really
killed it from up here
interesting
then.
for me, because this isn't just okay, Mr. Beast is innocent. He said that he's innocent. This third-party group of trustworthy lawyers representing Eric Adams and Aaron Hernandez have found Mr. Beast to be not guilty or whatever the fuck.
Okay,
The response to Alex Spyro's findings have been somewhat mixed, which is great. I really like to see that because you gotta keep the pressure on, dude. There's not this is still not a good resolution. This is not a resolution at all. This is good to see that they're, you know, changing things in the company as a result of this, and they're listening to the investigation. But we found them to be innocent, though. Really? You paid them, though. Okay. Lots of people are quite critical of this investigation. Generational haters of Mr. Beast, which I have respect for that. Okay, guys. There's a certain level of dedication that is required to be able to just be a hater of that level. We need it. We need that level of critical attitude in the world. As soon as this
is he censoring himself at the beginning of the BoJack Horseman intro? I'm so surprised somebody else fucking dude. I haven't looked into it, but I swear to God, that's exactly what it is. I'm so glad somebody else noticed that shit. Yo, that's crazy. I deadass thought I was the only one that realized that shit. Yo, I swear to God he is though. Like, I haven't looked into it to see what it really is, but that's gotta be what it is. It sounds just like it. BoJack Horseman, goated show, by the way. I watched the BoJack Horseman when I was in the throes of my actual substance addiction, and boy, was it eye-opening at some points. Man, BoJack Horseman is a goated show, though. It's like, it's hard to be, like, unless you're totally lacking self-awareness, it's hard to be a person that can relate to BoJack Horseman and not immediately realize how fucking awful that is. Like, how much you need to change if you can relate to this guy in any way, for real. Yeah, unironically, BoJack Horseman helped me grow as a person. Like, I'm not even saying that to be ironic. BoJack Horseman genuinely helped me grow as a person, because there were just some things where it was like the show portrayed it as really cool and awesome, but eventually, as it goes on, you kind of realize this thing was like really fucking weird. And I'll be seeing this thing, and especially a lot of the drug-related shit, I'd be like, yo, me and BoJack Horseman really relate on this. And then I would really be thinking about that shit like, that's not good. That's not good. Good show. Very good show, man.
Came out, I've seen Willie Mack.
The way it very subtly does, the way it very subtly handles like a critical satire, in terms of the criticality of the satire being the commentary it makes on the people that can relate to BoJack Horseman. I think it does a good job of very subtly laying it on, so you don't immediately hate the character, and the things you end up liking, it shows you, are things you probably shouldn't really be fond of. And it just does the show does a good job at telling people that like BoJack Horseman that you need to change if you like him. I think the way it does that is very poetic.
Raise the point that while we can interpret what he's admitting to and denying, it would be better at the end of the day if Mr. Beast made it all abundantly clear of what had actually happened, rather than the vague, there was workplace harassment on black and white paper signed Mr. Spyro, the dragon or whatever the fuck. Like, completely agree. I don't want to see anything else other than the truth come out.
The last 2 seasons of BoJack Horseman were so fucking good, bro. God damn. The last 2 seasons were fucking gnarly, man. Like, very emotional. Fuck me. Bro.
Yes,
great show. Great show.
Paper signed Mr. Spyro, the dragon or whatever the fuck. Like, completely agreed. I don't want to see anything else other than the truth come out. LavaGS, the miner that Ava allegedly G-worded, responded that he was glad that the proper and thorough investigation he'd hoped for had finally happened, again insisting he was not G-worded, which that's good. That's good. This is a good tweet. This is good, real information. It's giving some weight to the lawyer side. The cosmic scales are tipping back and forth. Dawson's response to this has, of course, been critical of the results of the investigation. He wonders why a report on a 3-month-long investigation is only 2 pages long, and he wants elaboration on how Mr. Beast didn't know he hired a registered SO, and he wants to elaborate on the several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct, which all completely valid points. I would love to see more elaboration on that as well. Let's drag it out. Hey, I'll mediate, guys. Hey, y'all come out to me and I'll do it, all right? I'm just kidding. That makes no sense. I'm just trying to insert myself into the situation to literally enrich myself. I don't care. I don't really care. At the end of the day, it's YouTube, guys. You know, it's YouTube. Oh well. I think that is a fair request, though, for more clarity on what is actually being found, which is a journalistic request. That's the most journalism we've seen in a while. There's also more, though, okay? We got crypto wallet stuff going on behind the scenes with Mr. Beast. There's been some gigantic allegations there, which I hate crypto scammers. I don't think Mr. Beast is a crypto scammer, but there's been some stuff blowing up in regard to that. And on top of that, the 1,000 blind fakers, there's a YouTube channel called Mission Flight that claim Mr. Beast didn't pay 1,000 people to have their eyes fixed, and apparently they used stock footage of doctors fixing people's eyes and then didn't actually fix anyone's eyes, which I don't know if that's true, and there has been some pushback against that, but I'll have to make another video. These are not allegations. I'm not a real journalist at all. I'm just a guy. I like the 2 words big and chungus when used in unison. I like that. It's kind of fun to say it, big chungus. So,
I love
back to the
Oopa
rest
so
of the
bad.
other video, or however this
Oopa's so good, bro. I love him.
You know. But anyways, 2024 has been quite a tough year for Mr.
Secretariat
Beast's
poem about
brands.
suicide
He
is
released
burning my
Lunchly.
brain.
That got into a bunch of hot water. There's a bunch of mold and stuff
There's
all over.
a lot of
He's
shit in
got
that
Logan
show
Paul
that I unironically don't fully remember because I was fucking high as shit all the time while I was watching it. But I will never forget how I did slowly start to realize that relating to BoJack is an awful thing, and all the poetic ways the show showed you that. Like, I'm gonna have to watch it again in a more sober state of mind. But I think because of the part of my life I watched that show in is probably one of the reasons I've only watched it once. But man, it'd be good to watch that show in a different mindset. But man, ooh wee, it's a beautiful fucking show, man. I'll give that shit its props all day, every day. And also make fun of people who think BoJack Horseman is cool, unironically, without realizing there's an issue with that.
in defense for him, which is bad.
That means that this sign is fake. Somebody typed up and printed out a 100% lie about Lunchly being recalled, taped it to the fridge, then a picture of it was taken by someone else and posted on social media as if it were real.
He's got Logan Paul doing this. The Lunchly, the mold is a feature, not a bug, it's a feature. Or whatever the
It's just crazy to me that we're a $4 lunch kit, and in the first 4 weeks, our headquarters had a bomb threat. The FBI has identified the individual. He's based in London, which is crazy because we don't even distribute there. A fabricated FDA recall that never happened. An attention-hungry little clout goblin who has made it her entire identity to speak negatively on all things Mr. Beast.
As we head into the season finale of 2024, it seems like things are getting tougher for Mr. Beast. It's been a month since we last covered a Beast controversy, and it's crazy that there is already enough stuff for yet another video on the Oopaville channel. These videos are very long, very drawn out. They're not succinct. Brevity is not a word that is in my dictionary. And also other things. Press like if you want to see more awesome content. By the way, I don't care about internet drama. I've decided anymore. I'm back home in Appalachia. I've grown, and I'm having a manic episode. So, go to sour.gg, that's what I actually care about. Buy some of my candy. All our shitty competitors, it's all the same shit from the Netherlands. We're awesome, and we actually care about our product. And when you compare it to the average YouTuber product, it is an absolute win. Just kidding.
These, they're better than Sour Patch Kids. They're all natural. No artificial colors, they're all plant-based. The sour, I believe he uses malic acid And
My
citric
back
acid.
hurts. I gotta convince Aldi Boy to give me a massage.
I think I'm tasting both.
No.
But it is good though. It is actually good, and I'm pretty proud of it. And it's just
Leave
candy,
Aldi
so
Boy
you know,
alone.
take that with a grain of
Let him
salt.
exist in
If
his
you want to
beauty.
buy it, if you got a little extra money, go buy it. It's good for Halloween probably. Every Friday at 3 Central Standard, we have a new flavor. This Friday we have watermelon raspberry sour gummies. All right, guys, plant-based, delicious sour gummies, natural dyes, natural flavors, etc., etc. All our competitors. Just kidding. I'm a nice guy. But yeah, go to sour.gg. Use code MrBeast. Use code LOWGANG. I don't know, whatever code might work. There are two people who have worked with Mr. Beast in the past who have been keeping the generational hater momentum quite strong. The anti-Jimmy sentiment, the anti-Jimmy movement has two main heads. We are talking, of course, about Dawson, aka Dogpack404, and Rosanna Pansino, who I didn't really know a lot about, and I really don't still.
Where did it
I
go?
refuse to do any research on any of this stuff. And Dawson, I feel like is a pretty good guy, regardless of all this nonsensical internet stuff. I feel like everyone wants to move on from this. I don't, because I'm not really involved. I'm a neutral party. I'm like Switzerland. It's only up for me. And it's juicy as shit, I tell you what. If you hadn't noticed, both Dawson and Rosanna have been very critical of Mr. Beast in the last few months. And Dawson himself is a former employee slash child star who has made some very wild claims about employee conduct within the company of Mr. Beast.
He was actually brought back to Mr. Beast in 2023 after sexually assaulting his assistant prior, and promoted to Chief Financial Officer, which is how I personally was introduced to him.
And people who have worked with Mr. Beast, people who have worked alongside Mr. Beast, people who Mr. Beast has hired, etc., etc., etc. A lot of stuff that comes with having a lot of employees, which Mr. Beast has responded to none of, or maybe kind of indirectly with like some Twitter people and stuff, but there hasn't been an official response yet. It's also more than just claims about employee conduct within the Mr. Beast company that is unsavory. There's a lot more. He has a 3-part series. You guys can go check it out if you're interested in actually educating yourselves, or I guess watching internet drama. I don't think the word educating could be used there, but if you are interested in learning more about that for some reason.
This train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, sure, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at Mr. Beast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
Rosanna or Rosanna Pansino, I have no idea, on the other hand, has been
Oh, shit, my
anti-Beast
headset died.
ever since her
Oh,
placement
shit, my
in a
meeting's
hide-and-seek video
minutes.
for the
Probably
Mr.
gonna mute
Beast
my mic
channel
noise, I'll
a
be
couple
back.
years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, something like that.
Dude, they gotta be moving. Wait, who's that? Wait, who's that? Wait, play the camera! Who is that? Oh! Oh no! Bros, you're not fooling anyone with those big fans.
That video was altered in post-production, and it's been a uphill, downhill battle, however you want to look at it, for her in regard to being the most impressive hater of Mr. Beast. She has quite literally kept this man on. He's got to hate her. He's got to hate Rosanna Pansino. I mean, I'm gonna be real.
Today's date is October 16th, so these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. And right when I was opening these, because I thought, let's not just put them on the plate, let's like put all the food on the plate just to see what they look like. I'm opening this, and this is molded. Like that's mold.
That is a hater of a level that I have to have respect for.
Apparently, the first video I made about Mr. Beast and his Beast games is being suppressed and restricted on TikTok as of today.
I mean, regardless of all this stuff, I know a lot of people are picking sides. A lot of people just hate Mr. Beast. A lot of people just love Mr. Beast. Most of those people are children. And to be fair, there's lots of adults who just don't give a and they just think it's funny to watch the world burn, which I think I'm kind of in that camp at this point, guys. I really don't give a about any of this stuff anymore. I just want to see some people acknowledge something, but it's just not going to happen. You know, I'm too naive for this world. I'm too naive for this world, so I shall return to where I came from. Did you see that shit? I blew away. It was real too. It was legit. No special effects, no movie magic. That was legit. Now, Rosanna spends her time on Twitter exposing Mr. Beast.
He
Now,
is so unhinged.
naive for
Bye-bye,
this world,
Balls.
so I
Enjoy your
shall
nap.
return to where I came from. Did you see that shit? I blew away. It was real too. It was legit. No special effects, no movie magic. That was legit. Now, Rosanna spends her time on Twitter exposing Mr. Beast, now with Dawson, and trying to find as many skeletons in the closet as they possibly can. For example, showing a leaked document, Mr. Beast's supposed employee handbook.
A very concerning document was sent to me who says that this is an internal employee manual written by Mr. Beast Jimmy himself. I confirmed the legitimacy of this document with 2 former Mr. Beast employees. I think that this gives you a little insight to the type of person Jimmy really is.
We've showed this document in a YouTube video before. It's pretty wild. It's like no doesn't mean no and stuff, and there's Mr. Beast on the thumbnail. It's so juicy. It's so juicy that it's crazy, guys. Crazy. Dawson drops some wild shit. For example, a no does not mean no section in the Beast employee handbook, and a section of how to succeed. It's a Mr. Beast official document company. Basically says that if you go to a location scouting it to film and you're told you can't film there, you are not allowed to take no as an option, and staff for Mr. Beast is advised to seek out employees and bosses who might have kids who like the channel to use that to leverage manipulation. Like, that's insane. I can't even record in public. How to succeed in Mr. Beast. Wait, are you telling me Mr. Beast approaches YouTube with a sociopathic competitive spirit that he will only... Oh wait, are you telling me he works with Logan Paul? Yes, of course. It's all coming together. It all makes perfect sense. These aren't real people. These are fake people. These are not real people. These are not real people. These aren't like your family members or your friends or anything like that. They're capitalizing off of you. I just farted a lot. By the way, I said it seems like in regard to Rosanna, her influence on the internet, being Mr. Beast tweets and just being a generational hater of Mr. Beast, that's her whole thing now, it seems. Or at least that's the only thing I get showed. So maybe that says more about me. I don't really know. Apparently, she's gonna have Kamala Harris on her podcast or something. I think I just made that up, actually. I don't think that's real. I think I just made that shit up. I did actually just make that up. I just made that up right now. She's kind of like the female Joe Rogan. I wonder if she'll have me on her podcast, you know? I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot to say, all right? I'm super fired up right now. I'm in the dark. And there's things moving around back there, and I'm really scared. Jokey demeanor aside, Rosanna and Dawson are not in the wrong in any of their criticisms of Mr. Beast. Some of the things they have said are just blatantly not true, which is incredibly important to acknowledge.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13.
And at the end of the day, I do genuinely enjoy seeing pressure being put on untouched things. I like it, right? Things just should never operate with impunity. I love freedom of speech and criticism, etc., etc. I love it when people hate me. I love that, but I also don't like being the bad guy. So it's like, you know, it's kind of this weird sort of incestuous thing that I've got going on that I love seeing in other places. I'm very Freudian with my hate and criticisms. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure. That being said, Rosanna and Dawson's criticisms are, some of them, very valid, in my opinion. I think it's perfectly reasonable to say the things that they've said. And I feel like a lot of people agree with that. But at the same time, a lot of that shit, too, I just don't give a about. It's just like it's being drug on so long, and Mr. Beast doesn't seem to really care. So I'm like, oh, I thought this was going to be a fight. I thought we were going to witness a, you know, like an actual, you know, something's going to get done. But no, it's a Logan Paul situation. It's just, we're just going to have more and more pieces of shit, and it's just gonna be a bigger, more divide, and there's no unity. There's no unity, all right? There's no unity, or whatever not that there needs to be honest. Humans are quite tribal. Something I wanna see, and we have not seen any of, and I've mentioned this a little bit already in this video and in my previous videos in regard to this topic, but we haven't seen a concise response to claims made against Mr. Beast by Mr. Beast or those people in his company. The fire under his ass has gotten hotter and hotter and hotter, and there has been no concise response. And at this point, it's like Dawson and Rosanna had a lot more kind of appeal in the beginning because it's like, oh, this is all really interesting stuff. And now they're kind of pushing it forward. They're being egged on by people, and they've got this kind of following, and now they've got to sort of reach, and there's a lack of journalistic integrity that's kind of coming through. And I'm not a journalist. I would never pretend to be a journalist. Neither are Dawson and Rosanna. These are YouTubers. And I don't think these people, I don't want to speak for them, but I don't think these people regard themselves as journalists. If they do, they're very bad at it. Just being honest.
A whistleblower is somebody, usually an employee or organization member, who publicly reports illegal, unethical, or immoral activity.
I think they both make fine content, but there's a lot of stuff here that's just like not It's so unprofessional, and it's muddied the water so much that it really feels like this whole thing is just going to come down to being nonsensical internet drama that will never be realized in any sense beyond just like relatively niche chapters of the internet, of like Twitter and shit, which is super unfortunate. And I would like to see some real change and some interest, I would like to see what Mr. Beast has to say about all this stuff, but I don't think we're going to, unfortunately. That was until the group chats got leaked, allegedly. The group chats got leaked, and this is bad. This is actually pretty bad, but also not in the way you might think, but also probably more so in ways you are thinking. I'm just saying words, to be honest, at this point.
I have received thousands of leaked messages from an official Mr. Beast work chat. These are all just their work chats from 2020 to about 2021 on Telegram.
Little is known about Mr. Beast aside from his charitable donations and his ability to heal the poor and feed the blind or whatever. So the group chat got leaked. And that's not good, guys. A new video alleging that within employee work chats, CSAM and CSEM, aka bad stuff, was shared, and Jimmy allegedly knew about it.
How the hell could Jimmy say he doesn't know about his best friend when he's posting this in the chat with him? In
hindsight, this is very not true. This is not true. It's bad, and it was a bad allegation, and it's this whole thing is really bad. The whole thing is really bad, and it's getting a lot worse. It's a shame that slop content is so massive on YouTube right now. I hate this dude. I literally cannot stand it, but alas, I don't let my dreams be dreams. So I'm gonna keep talking about it. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep trying to drop truth bombs on y'all motherfuckers. Just make sure your ears are open, and make sure your mind is open too, but not so open that it will fall out of your head, you stupid fuck. In a video titled Mr. Beast Knew All Along, parentheses, 1,000 plus leaked messages, close parentheses, the thumbnail shows Mr. Beast and Ava Tyson besmirched, is that the right word? Besmirched Ava Tyson, sending blurred messages to one another. It's very interesting. It's very odd. Chris would love this. And Mr. Beast smiles without his eyes, which I don't know if I should like be making fun of him. I don't know if he's like on the spectrum or something like that, and I just have this weird bullying instinct. I don't really know what's going on, but Rosanna doesn't like it at all. Jimmy Donaldson. Okay. Good thumbnail. In that thumbnail, there appears to be an anime girl with the age 17. By the way, blurring is not destructive. You can just unblur that. You can just sharpen it. Blurring is not a good way to hide information. Pixelation is the way you have to hide information. Blurring is not, it doesn't work that well, to be honest. If you just get far away and squint, you can read it. You can literally read it. We're gonna parse through the video a little bit. It has been heavily criticized as being some of the worst journalism of the 21st century, and I don't know about that. And quite frankly, I didn't even see that. I just feel like it would be funny to say that. You know, it's not great. It's not great, and it is important to acknowledge on both sides. I am on pro-truth side. I'm on pro-fact side. I really want Mr. Beast to come out and acknowledge the shit that is perfectly reasonable to acknowledge as a business owner. It doesn't make any sense to sweep under the rug. People care. People actually care. There's like ethics and what I want doesn't really matter, I guess. I'll get back to the video. People want to see him burn, all right? And that's why I'm kind of trying to be smart here. The first claim the video makes is that Jimothy Beast knew about Ava's inappropriate behavior towards minors, showing messages sent by Ava in the Mr. Beast main work chat. One is a meme saying, "Why yes, I'm asexual, a sexual predator." And, you know, that's pretty funny. If it wasn't sent by Ava Tyson, it would be very funny. It's a funny meme. But when it's sent by Ava Tyson, it's like, okay, that's scary. That's scarier. That's a lot scarier now. That's much worse.
The proof that Jimmy knew about Tyson's behavior is right here.
Still a funny meme in a vacuum, I guess.
Dude,
this was then followed by a blurred picture also sent by Ava in the work chat that is supposedly
random.
a near nude of Ivanka Trump when she was
I like your
13.
empty sack is
Big
crazy.
disclaimer, it's censored. Also, she was not 13, she was 18 at the time of the image. I haven't seen the image. I'm not gonna look at the image. I'm not gonna show the image in my video because I don't really give a. That was just not true. None of that was true at all, and that's a big claim in a video, and that is a huge L.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13.
Yeah, and the message reads, so this photo is allegedly of Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Ava thought that this was possibly a 13-year-old, and she's posting it in a work chat.
That is a big time L. I feel like, you know, the the champion for ethics and the championing, all this stuff. That's cool. Championing for being a generational hater. It's hard to get behind that. I step away a little bit for that one, all right, guys? And sometimes I'll get close and I'll zoom in on myself, and then I'll hope that there's no boogers in my nose. Hello. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you feeling well? By the way, not defending Ava Tyson at all. I think Ava Tyson is a weird piece of shit. I've lost care. I've lost care. It's nonsense. To be fair, Rosanna in her video does say that this is alleged and not confirmed, which is good, but like at the same time, obviously you're gonna say that. It's like you're hoping that it was you're just reaching for everything, really, is what's going on here. The big claim, the overarching claim in the video is that Jimmy knew Ava was inclined towards inappropriate behavior and he didn't do anything. And there was this huge backlash in regard to Ava, and he only decided to acknowledge it when everyone else became aware, when all the allegations came out in July, as he claimed in his public statement. So they're trying to undermine Mr. Beast even further, which in my opinion, you really don't need to. After the first Dawson video, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Of course, yeah, you're right. Most of this is 95% of all of this is just so right, and it's amazing, and it's well done, and it's fun, and now it's just like, oh, it's like it's just, I don't know, it's not as good. It's not as good. It's just internet nonsense that I don't care as much about, because it just keeps on not being true. Rosanna was skeptical of the claim that Mr. Beast made that he had only just found out recently, given the fact that Mr. Beast had Shadman's art hanging up on the wall when he lived with Ava. I just saw a creature run off, I swear to God. Skinwalker, dude. What the f? That's crazy, dude.
And Mr. Beast even had a Shadman poster hanging up in his house in the living room, like as a centerpiece, and it remained in his house after Ava moved out. You can see it in this video.
I didn't even know what Shadman was until all this stuff, and quite frankly, I've grown very weary of the internet this year. I've grown very weary after learning about all this stuff. Jimothy Beast knew that Ava had NSFW channels in the Discord server for fans of the Mr. Beast channel.
A user named Brooke the Mom saying, okay, I do think it's a bit inappropriate and should be limited to those who are actually of appropriate age because it's open to everyone, is it not? Like, there should be a restriction on it. She goes on to say, I don't have an issue with the channel, but I have an issue with our minors that have access to said channel, referring to the Not Safe for Work channel. And then Chris responds, is there even a way to do that?
And like, there was a lot of extremely inappropriate stuff that Rosanna is alleging that Mr. Beast knew about long in advance before he claimed to have known anything about it, to undermine his reputation and to presumably get his deal with Logan Paul, with the Mavericks, with the Low Gang canceled or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure why you would ever want to work with Logan Paul. And also KSI, he sucks too, dude. Like, who the f is this guy?
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king.
These people are so terrible. They just suck. You don't even need to go out on a limb. People just see it. You're not going to be able to destroy them. It's not how it works. Have you ever seen Idiocracy?
Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
It has electrolytes. That's real life. That's Prime in real life. That is Logan Paul in real life. All this stuff is real life.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Dumbasses. Where's the Hawk 2 button on this thing? So yeah, all the inappropriate stuff is old news at this point. It is incredibly well documented, and it's obvious who's in the right and who's in the wrong. Mr. Beast should have a level of responsibility for all this stuff, 110%. Any responsible man who has a level of ownership and takes accountability for their actions and the people that they surround themselves with would. Like, it's just, you should just take it on the chin and keep rolling, bud. But this was like the only response he ever made to anything, and there's still people trying to undermine that. In this video, they laid the groundwork to show that inappropriate exchanges were had and children had access to unsafe images when they shouldn't have. So they're trying to raise the question, how could Jimmy not have known when he said he didn't know?
How the hell could Jimmy say he doesn't know about his best friend when he's posting this in the chat with him?
How could you not have known when it was so rampant? And the leak of the group chat, my man, is supposed to prove that he did know about Ava's very inappropriate behavior, or at the very least knew that Ava had an inappropriate sense of humor before allegations came out, which, dude, I've seen clips of Mr. Beast from podcasts years and years and years ago that were incredibly inappropriate.
I dare you to say something controversial. Chris, I was thinking about robbing a store.
You can't do that. You'll get shot, Jimmy.
I'm white.
Oh
yeah.
If you have an inappropriate sense of humor, it doesn't automatically equate to being a predator. That's just not how that works, okay? If you make, it's dark humor, liberals, all right? Some predators do happen to also have dark senses of humor. It seems like. You know, I've tended to notice that. But the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as they say. Then they go on to claim that the individual in the group chat named John Smith is Mr. Beast.
I want to show you that John Smith in these chat logs is Mr. Beast. We've had this confirmed by multiple former employees. He changed his name on Telegram at some point after. I'll just show some messages to show that John Smith is Jimmy.
Identifying several messages in which he refers to himself as Mr. Beast or Jimmy as evidence for this claim that John Smith is not a founding father or revolutionary, but instead Jimothy Beast, founding father and revolutionary.
Here he's saying he got exposed after Keemstar called him a simp on Twitter. And then here he gets tagged as Jimmy by someone else. Of course I knew that. Every time I text Keem about drama, he tells me to f off and that he's known for 23 hours.
There's some context of it. I don't know, there's tweets and stuff. I'm not sure.
It's John Smith linking Jimmy Donaldson's wiki feet and then saying, my feet are a 4.8 out of 5.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Mine are a 5 out of 5.
Oh.
Don't want to brag, but that's embarrassing.
John Smith. 4.8 out of 5. Am I on there? Am I on WikiFeet? I don't think I'm on WikiFeet yet. WikiFeet. Oompaville. Oh, I'm on there. That is a strong image, too. Wow. That is quite an image there. Caleb Phelps. Damn, there's lots. Oh, man, there's a lot of these. I did not expect this. What the f is that, dude? 4.8 out of 5. Am I on there? Am I on WikiFeet? I don't think I'm on WikiFeet yet. WikiFeet. Oompaville. Oh, I'm on there. That is a strong image, too. Wow. That is quite an image there. Caleb Phelps. Damn, there's lots. Oh, man, there's a lot of these. I did not expect this. What the f is that, dude? That's crazy. There's a lot. There's hundreds. Oh, my God, there's a picture of my penis on here. Just kidding. Wow, this is crazy. Anyways, what's my rating, though? 5.47 out of 5. Yes, sir! Boom! 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 I can only share a few of the messages in the video, but Rosanna also shared the entire group chat on Twitter, scrolling through the messages so anyone can view what was sent and by whomst. We've downloaded it just in case it gets deleted. It probably won't. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of like, the big thing is just not true, which is the Ivanka Trump thing, which I already said wasn't true.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13.
I should have been like, oh God, did they do it? And then reveal that at the end, but I don't give a f. So I just told you it was not true in the very beginning, and I kind of ruined my point of the video. So, and now I'm looking at WikiFeed, so that's super off topic, but oh well. Anyways, the whole purpose of sharing these messages is once again to prove that Mr. Beast knew about Ava well before the public and well before his public acknowledgement claims he did. And these messages, the group chat messages, are all from 2020, 2021, so it's years ago, not months, as Jimmy had claimed. There are a ton of memes also sent in the inappropriate messages, some that Dawson and Rosanna didn't show, and these include very inappropriate depictions of Franklin the Turtle from the kid show thing. There's some really weird shit. I'm obviously not gonna show it in this video, and I don't suggest you guys look it up. There's really bizarre stuff in the group chat. But once again, I feel like, I've never seen anything like that in a group chat, to be fair. And like, a lot of this stuff is really odd, and Ava clearly has a massive problem, but like, there's some up shit in some group chats. All right, I'm just gonna be real. All right, you know? Just kidding, I'm a really pretty boring, nice guy, to be honest. So I like to pretend to be cool and edgy, and then, you know, say, hold your horses, liberals. It's just dark humor, liberals. But it doesn't work. I'm cold, and I just want support from people. I don't really care. I don't want people to dislike me, and I don't want to dislike people. I just want to learn and move forward as a human being. That's really kind of what, life's very short, and 100 years hence, none of this will matter. 6 months hence, none of this will matter. So we don't even have to. Now kiss me. Then to follow directly with me making light of all of that, there were memes sent specifically related to being a predator or sex offender, which is not that funny. They're not very funny. The asexual one I thought was kind of okay. These are cringe and weird. Pretty much all sent by Ava too. Unbelievable. What a freak. Ava also shared some incest stuff. Ava's a weirdo, bro. Ava is a absolute weirdo, just troglodyte internet dweller that followed me on Twitter. And was even a supporter of Sour Boys, which is really unfortunate. So beyond work chat posts that are not safe for work, which is inappropriate in and of itself, but also it wasn't actually a work chat that came out as well, you know, so that's, I keep calling it a group, it's a group chat, it's not a work chat. Part of the whole deal with the Rosanna thing is that it was a work chat. It also wasn't even a work chat, but there are exchanges in here, aside from just memes and posting NSFW stuff in a work chat, group chat, whatever there's exchanges that are far worse. Dawson and Rosanna showed a message in which Jimmy shared an anime that Ava would be interested in.
June of 2021, he sends a message of an anime called Higihiro. It says, I bet Chris would love this show.
And it is an anime supposedly about a relationship between a 26-year-old and a 17-year-old. The 26-year-old is drunk and lets a high schooler he finds on the side of the road stay at his place overnight. And according to the show description, the story proceeds from there.
It's well known online to be a controversial anime. And this anime is based on even more explicit novels that go into the details of this romantic relationship between adult and an underage girl.
I've personally never watched the show. Not a big anime guy. Not into weird shit. I'm a regular ass dude. Super normal in the dark though, which is weird. You know, if being into weird shit is wearing $40,000 quad nods and shooting things in the middle of the night with my friends, then I'm weird as fuck. But if it has to do anything with like victimizing people and making anyone of any creed or shape feel uncomfortable for me to get a laugh or feel some kind of rise at their expense, I'm not into it. That goes with most things, so unfortunately I'm just trying to live, you know, better life here, not you guys. Once again, I've never watched the show, nor will I ever, so I will not be able to approach the show from an informed standpoint. Some posts suggest that the show is to raise social awareness of teen runaways in Japan, so it's like a good show, and some suggest it encourages criminality since it's illegal to shelter runaway girls, which I don't know anything about criminality or runaways or anything like that at all. These people we're taking this information from could be just as ignorant as me, all right? They could be just as ignorant as I am, and they probably are, let's be real. People are really ignorant nowadays, all right? They're very, very, very ignorant. By far, the most disturbing thing shared in the group chat is when Ava shared a picture of Ivanka Trump in a very revealing top, stating that it is her at the age of 13. It is not. It is her at the age of 18.
Oh, this isn't a work chat.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13.
And sharing that her manager was a Also, in the message, Ava shared that, which further implicates that the picture is likely someone who is underage who shouldn't have their image be shared. The exact text from Ava is, so this photo is allegedly of Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Her modeling age and at the very least, in this group chat, they're sharing an image of someone who they believe is 13 years old. For what reason? I have no idea, and they're reverse image searching it. And I don't know what it is about. I don't know if this is weird, but I just feel weird how much this has been used to just in general, even by Rosanna and Dawson. Like, this just seems weird. It makes me really uncomfortable. This whole thing makes me really uncomfortable. Like what I mentioned in the very beginning, that the image is not of a 13-year-old person, it does make it not illegal at that point, but the behavior of Ava Tyson is disgusting regardless. Luckily, this person has been eliminated off the internet, and I don't think that they will ever come back. At least I hope they don't. So yeah, very odd. I want to know what you guys think down below. It is very important that this is not an image of a 13-year-old person, in my opinion, and also it is just as important that the person who posted it believed that it was. Very strange. Absolutely really weird and strange. So how could Mr. Beast claim that he didn't know about Ava when years ago in a group chat that they were both in, Ava was sending what she believed to be a scandalous photo of a child, and Jimmy was recommending anime or whatever. The anime thing's nonsense. It's a nothing burger in my opinion. A lot of anime is weird like that, which is why I don't like it, but a lot of normal people, I feel like relatively normal people, love shit that's weird, so I don't know. I don't know. I could be completely wrong and off base. I probably am. I'm in Appalachia right now. It's dark. It's dark, and there's a purple light beside me, and it's f***ing disorienting me. I feel like a bug. Now, this is where the second chapter of the controversy comes into play. By sharing this message and image from Ava in the Mr. Beast group chat from back in 2021, Dawson and Rosanna have drawn quite a bit, once again, controversy towards themselves and directed it more and lessons directed towards Mr. Beatenheimer, all right, bud? Also, Rosanna pinned a comment on her video saying that she had reported all of this to the FBI, which caused even more controversy. So the main thing is just not true. It's not Ivanka Trump. You're wasting the FBI's time, but a lot of the headlines around this are like racist memes and what is the FBI going to do about anything? Why are you involving the FBI? What does that even mean? Why are you, this is YouTube drama. This is not FBI related. Now on to perfectly valid concerns in regard to Rosanna and Dawson. These are concerns that I also have. TBH, if they believe that this was CP and they actually were taking at face value what Ava Tyson was sharing, then why exactly would they view it in the video? And why would Rosanna use said image in the thumbnail? And more than that, do A/B testing to ensure that the thumbnail that got the most views was the one that would appear, and that one happened to be the one with alleged terrible content. CSAM, all right? That's weird. That's really, really, really strange. Your priorities are mixed up, it seems like. Your priorities are mixed up, and you can recover from that. To be fair, you can get criticism and then change it, of course. But like at this point, how would you not know? I mean, with the internet, with the Ava thing all coming out, like this is a mistake you could make a couple years ago, 2 years ago. But this is just really odd at this point. It's like, everyone sucks, it seems like. Look at all these A/B tests, guys. She said she was 12! She said she was 12! She's 13, she said she was 12! She said she was 12! That was a giant trend on YouTube for a long time, putting she said she was 12! People love watching people get exposed for being Also important to note, a lot of the backlash against Dawson and Rosanna has come from a group of ne'er-do-wells, as the internet would call them. Keemstar, Willie Mack, and Nicholas Diorio. Friends of the show. These folks are critical for some quite valid reasons because of the use of the content for the content and potentially needing to save it to their devices to include it in their video, which is really weird. That is so weird. It's true. That's so strange. Like, how could you see that and then just be like, oh, this is going to be a huge bombshell we're going to drop. Let's go ahead and put it on the thumbnail, put it in the video. You don't do that. You shouldn't do that. If you know, you shouldn't do that, right? If you know. If you don't know, then it's a stupid mistake. But if you do know, then you're weird. And you're kind of unethical. And that's where all this stuff stems from, is like, who can be more unethical in trying to prove how unethical each other is? It's really ironic. It's an Ouroboros of stupidity. So yeah, really odd thought. Dawson has denied reacting to it or saving uncensored versions of anything. He said that on his Twitter, while also simultaneously denying that it was exploitative or illegal in any way and it was conveyed as factual. It was more so a speculative thing. So that's the response to those criticisms. The goal of Rosanna and Dawson was to simply share that Ava had shared the uncensored image in a Mr. Beast work group chat while she had believed it to be an explicit image of the minor. So they're trying to reorient it back towards Ava, which I think is perfectly reasonable, because at the end of the day, the person who's really in the wrong is Ava here, for sure.
Either way, like having Ava Tyson saying, oh, this photo is allegedly Ivanka Trump when she's 13 and it's clearly sexually explicit. She's wearing a see-through top. That's insane.
That is wildly inappropriate and just insane for a company chat.
You got this dumbass game of ethics being played in YouTube drama nonsense. What do you expect? I mean, of course, it makes sense, right? Like, of course this is happening right now. I love it. I want to run into that darkness back there really fast and then never return. My fiance girlfriend is in that RV behind me. There's an RV behind me. She's listening. I can see her watching me. She's watching me right now. She's my biggest fan. I'm her biggest fan as well. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back in there and talk to her, to be honest. What was I saying again? I have a laptop right here, right under the camera. Oh, and it's greasy. It's covered in grease. Oh, I'm so dirty. On top of them further painting Ava as the true villain, they are undermining Mr. Beast's response. That's the whole goal, is that he knew when the group chat was active. Oh, Jimmy Smith, or whatever the his name was. After the video went live, it didn't take long for people to hunt down the original image, which is from a British GQ magazine, and Ivanka was 18 years old at the time, so there's nothing illegal at all about it. That unfortunately made the controversy even worse, guys. Even worse controversy. Dawson shared that update himself on Twitter. I gotta be honest, he's taken it like a man, in a sense. I really do appreciate this. It's good to see people being willing to acknowledge their mistakes. You have to be, because the failure of journalism here is gigantic, huge. In his response, he also says that he knows people will tell him he should have researched further before they went to the authorities, because they reported that shit to the FBI, a post from GQ, and just wasted federal time. Which maybe is good. It's not. You shouldn't do that. However, he does say that Rosanna went to the FBI before they filmed the video, and everything was handled as per the law. The comments on Dawson's post are fairly critical of him, saying that even if Mr. Beast is a bad guy, by getting so many things wrong and having like a lack of sort of journalistic integrity, they weaken their own arguments and undermine themselves even more than they could undermine Mr. Beast's silence. I agree 110% with Omni here. I think you guys are slowly weakening your own arguments. It's very important to get these facts correct versus leaving it for open speculation. When the result doesn't lean in your favor, it chips away at your credibility as a source, especially when others report on it. You shouldn't do that. I don't know. It just feels dumb. Like, this whole thing just feels stupid now. It felt cool and like, oh, there might be some good that's come out. I got to talk to everyone involved, and it seemed like there was going to be a resolution, but neither side actually is a real human being, it seems like, unfortunately. So, oh well. It's just me. I'm the only one left. I'm the only real person. It feels like that right now. I feel like Will Smith from I Am Legend and or Fresh Prince in that scene where the house is empty and he's standing there. There's a couple scenes where he feels quite alone. iRobot as well. Willie Mack also had a good take saying, you should have found this out before making your video. You clearly don't give a shit about doing a good job. I get we were just making YouTube videos, but you need to have some level of integrity before going forward with the story. True. Absolutely true. None of that is fake. None of that is false. That's totally true. That's 110% true. You cannot argue against that in any way. You definitely should have. You're just making YouTube videos, you're making shit, but you're building a career off being a generational hater. People have done that before successfully, but it's because they're just journalists and they're smart and they're not YouTubers who are just clout goblins or whatever the f. This is where things become incredibly complicated, because it's obviously not a great look to levy hefty accusations like this that just fall through, especially when you take into consideration the other falsities that have been proposed by Dawson, which have been reported on by other people. For example, Dawson had alleged in the past that a Mr. Beast employee had been guilty of DV.
I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases.
And he said as much in his video without actually confirming the facts or kind of going through with anything. So it's a continuous lapse of judgment. There's no luck involved. There's nobody. It's nobody's fault but the person who's reporting it. I mean, like, you know, you gotta admit that. You gotta admit that. You gotta acknowledge that it's not good. It's not smart, right? I still believe both Rosanna and Dawson mean well, and I feel like the internet itself kind of gives things like this a life of their own potentially, and the whole cancellation big monster rears its ugly, stupid head in slop in the internet. Yeah, everybody's responsible, but also there's a level of just kind of magic that's out there that you can't really control, and it makes good people do stupid shit, and stupid people do good shit. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. I'm just trying to be a nice guy. I'm trying to see the best in both worlds. So I'm sorry. Well, that was a gunshot. Anyways, Dawson still maintains that he wasn't trying to allege that actual illegal images were being sent or accuse them of distributing illegal images. He only wanted to say that Ava had believed that it was an underage person and had shared it in a Mr. Beast work group chat to show that that's what they're up to, which is, yeah, I guess so, right? Huge if true. And the primary consumer of Mr. Beast content is children. And the primary consumer of Mr. Beast food, Lunchly products, just all that stuff is just children. Logan Paul, children. It's all just children. It's all just babies, children. It's weird when this is what these people are doing and saying behind the scenes. But then again, you got Blippy or Bloopy. What's his name? Blippy, the guy who projectiles shit out of his ass. People are weird, dude. People are really, really, really weird. Sometimes you just got to make a cost-benefit analysis before you determine what's good and bad. There will always be bad. There will always be bad. It's the cosmic scale of things, right, guys? It's the cosmic scale of things, right? Me thinking about my cosmic scale right now. I'm thinking about my cosmic scale. Someone shot a gun right behind me about a minute and a half ago, and I'm still a little bit nervous about that. Anyways, for me and probably the average viewer, I would like to think it's a challenging balance to approach. I totally get why people are mad at Rosanna and Dawson and the haters, the generational haters of Mr. Beast, but yet I still totally understand the point they're trying to make. And even if it's not well served by alleging something may be something that it is not, and then being completely disproven unequivocally, I still get it. I still get that there's criticism from both sides, and I don't think it completely devalues or destroys either, but you know, it kind of does. Starting to, a little bit. The whole thing is getting rotten now, and it's becoming nothing. This is not the only controversy that Mr. Beast is going through right now involving Rosanna. The Lunchly disaster is still actively unfolding.
This is mold in the cheese, and this is really unhealthy. You should not eat mold. I don't know if this is an issue in the recipe development or packaging. I think it's a packaging issue. The sealant here feels really cheap.
I'm big into this because I'm in the food industry. I actually we manufacture food. I have my best friend that I've known since childhood is the COO of my candy company, and he is making candy. Not right now, probably, because it's dark and it's nighttime and he's probably home with his family, enjoying his life. So Lunchly launched with big promises. It's like a lunch kit. I got one delivered to my house the day I was recording a video about it. A little bit of lead there, a little bit of lead there, a whole lot of lead there. Lots of lead in that. That was mostly lead right there, bud. It's marketed as the healthier option, competing with popular lunch kits like Lunchables and the other ones. I don't know, they're for children or whatever, but Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, KSI have all touted the products. Lower calories, reduced sugar, and the inclusion of electrolytes. Literally straight out of Idiocracy. It's crazy. All is proof of its superiority.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Feastables Crunch
Bar. However, these claims have been met with widespread criticism, with some finding that despite its healthier pitch, Lunchly shares many of the exact same process characteristics of other snack kits, because it does. It's just shit. But if you need to eat one over the other, you definitely should choose Lunchly.
It has electrolytes. Good for a strong heart of a young growing boy.
Whenever you make marketing claims about food products, there's a level of tension that is set on the stage for people to pick apart and criticize. And if you're saying things like Lunchly, you're using the word healthier or better for you, you may be telling the truth. But it's still disingenuous, you know, when things like broccoli exist. Better for you in what world? All right, sure, I'd rather be shot with a 223 than a 4570, or would I? Or would I? Would I rather die faster? I don't know. What's the relativity here? What's the relativity here, motherfuckers? Because I'm a little foggy on it. So all that being said, there happens to be a bunch of mold in the Lunchables, and that's another controversy that Rosanna and the generational haters of Mr. Beast, and some who aren't even haters of Mr. Beast, have been kind of picking up on. There was a bit of a trend of videos talking about Lunchly and showing different Lunchlys being disgusting. The ones that I had were pretty good. They tasted like shit processed snack kit foods, it was good. I liked it. I liked it. Would I ever eat it again? No. Have I eaten it since? Nope. I'm an adult, all right? If I'm gonna eat something shitty, it's gonna be something that costs money, and it's nice, and it's good, and I wanna eat it like Dr. Pepper. There's been so much that's happened. Even Logan Paul made a succinct response for, this is maybe the second time he's done that in his life. He acknowledged some falsities, that scared the shit out of me, whatever the that was. I don't think there was anything. I'm on edge. I'm on edge. I'm on edge right now. It's all right. I've got an HK Mark 23. So, really odd stuff. I'm extremely confused as to who exactly is in the wrong, and it's come down to it just being a large area of gray that makes me feel like it's a gigantic waste of time to even talk about any of this on my YouTube channel, and for you, specifically for you to watch it. But if you enjoy it, press the like button. If you want to see more, smash the sub. Go to the Gum Club for uncensored versions of the video and deals on Sour Boys. Go to sour.gg, use whatever code we had in this video, and buy some candy. And support a YouTuber brand that I would like to pretend actually cares about stuff, listens to people, etc., because I would rather myself than be like any of these other people out here. So, and I have the means. Working hard. How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode. I've been working hard all day, getting my stuff going. We got sounds, we got all sorts of stuff. Look at this, watch this. I'm your host, Oompaville, aka Caleb, aka Willy Wonka, aka Big Cheese. I didn't write any of these, just so you guys know. Just so you guys are aware. Here we go. We have a presentation to show you. I'm extremely excited about that. Since our last episode, more people have unfortunately been added to the P. Diddy case, including a fella named Drewski. And I don't know if you know who Drewski is. I myself am not too familiar with Drewski. We actually don't have an image of him. We have an image of Wendy Williams here first, because that's what we're talking about next, but I'm gonna pretend like we have an image of Drewski. I'm not that familiar with him, to be honest. In his most recent episode of his hit dating show, that episode's apparently called Snow Bunnies, which I'm pretty excited to watch it because I love rabbits. That's the joke. I love rabbits because it's like I don't know, but from what I've seen, he seems kind of like a cool guy, but I've only seen a little bit and the allegations are horrible. They involve oil and all sorts of terrible things, P. Diddy style. Wendy Williams is back in the news. Wendy, famous for her own talk show that went on an incredible 14-year tear, 14 seasons, and also famous for the quote, "Don't mistake my tears for weakness. I'm a quick wit, straight to the point, no nonsense." Not to mention the viral moment of her having a "That's So Raven" vision on live television. That's what this is supposed to be. That's like a viral clip of her unfortunately passing out. I'm not sure why. It seems like we're already off to a great start punching down. Wendy was taken to the hospital through her guardianship, which is one of those evil things that celebrities have happen to them all the time, it seems like. And she's now claiming that the assisted living facility that she's at is more like a prison. She dropped a note from her window to paparazzi waiting below, which read, "Help Wendy." And when the paparazzi flipped it over, on the back, it was an apparent list, and in no specific order, it read, "Taco Bell sliders." Hold on. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Hold on a second, hold on. Taco Bell sliders. Hold on. 1 second. Taco Bell sliders. Domino's loaded chicken. The Little Caesars bacon and cheese crazy puffs. She's apparently not doing that well. So there's something to be said for the potential for abuse when it comes to guardianships and conservatorships. If you look at Britney Spears as an example, this type of thing seems to happen far too frequently. And apparently Wendy passed a mental capacity test, answering 10 out of 10 questions correctly, which is something that I don't believe that I could do. To be honest with you all, I couldn't do that though, for sure. I don't exactly know what that entails, but it's a stark contrast from what her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, had previously claimed, saying Wendy is disabled and permanently incapacitated. This is terrible. Anyways, Wendy Williams would be a perfect candidate for the 2028 elections. That's not bad. I really hope that Wendy's able to beat her guardianship and win her freedom back like Britney did, so that she can also upload videos to Instagram dancing with knives like a hibachi chef. This is not working. This entire presentation thing is not working because I have to click on the screen and it looks like she's naked, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the next one because I don't want to get TOS'd by that. Anyways, let's go to a commercial break. Elon Musk now has access to your social security number, and that's really bad. Nobody should have access to your social security number except for you and your mom. Maybe your dad, but he'll probably forget because men do not remember number good. People should not have access to your data, and there are companies out there, luckily, that specialize in keeping your shit private, keeping it offline, keeping it out of the hands of data brokers. Specifically, we've worked with, for a very long time, a company by the name of Aura that does exactly that. It helps keep you offline. It helps keep you private. We love that sponsor on the show. We love it. I use Aura, today's sponsor. You should as well. Go to the link in the description. Aura constantly scans the dark web for any of your personal data and alerts you, or me specifically in my case, when any of that data is leaked. By the way, it gets leaked all the fucking time. I get a password notification at least once a week. It also blocks data brokers from selling your private information and protects myself and my beautiful family. I have 4 or 5 kids, I can't remember. And it will protect myself and my 4 or 5 kids, my seed, with up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. Plus, the app come with a VPN. Very cool. So you and I can browse privately with 100 plus virtual locations. If you value your privacy online or privacy of any kind, do yourself a favor and use Aura. Go to aura.com/Oompa to try Aura for free for 14 days. It's up to us to protect our data. Aura makes that easy. All right, easy. Big and easy and big and cheesy. That's Aura's official tagline now. It's like the first one that they do a lot of ads with YouTubers, and the first one that actually got that tagline. So, big and easy, big and cheesy. Aura, protect your data. Big and cheesy. All right, news from the White House. Yesterday, the White House was turned into a Tesla dealership. Elon Musk showcased his epic vehicles there, lining up every single Tesla model outside for Trump to pick from, which has many people outraged. Myself, though, I have a lot. I f***ed it up. Hold on, wait. Forgive me, we're new. For myself, though, I have a new thing to say a lot. That is, everything's computer. That's right, when Donald Trump sat in one of the new Elon Musk Teslas, he said, wow, everything's computer.
This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
Everything's computer. Wow. Let's go back to this epic. Here, let's try the presentation again. Hold on. There we go. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! I can't cover it up. Now, either as a result of that new sick catchphrase or for some other reason I am unaware of, people are so upset that they're shooting up Trump dealerships. Not Trump dealerships, might as well be. Tesla dealerships at this point, and they're burning vehicles in parking lots, and they've been labeled domestic terrorists, which I don't think you can say on a live stream, but we're gonna see. It's okay to be upset, but I think you guys are missing the bigger picture. Look inside one of those things. Wow. Everything's computer. I don't mind Teslas, man. The way that I see it, the more Teslas there are on the road, the more lithium-ion batteries there are to throw into the ocean and help coral grow, or whatever they do. I think that's real, isn't it? Isn't that like a thing? Don't batteries help, don't deep cell batteries help coral grow? Or do you not know? Oh yeah, I think that's true. I think that's real. Deep cell lithium-ion batteries, especially the ones in Tesla vehicles, they're incredible for the environment, incredible for coral. Speaking of greed, Rockstar Games recently announced the GTA 6 launch price and that it will cost $100, which is insane. That's ridiculous. But then again, I think Super Mario 65 or whatever in the 90s, I remember seeing a thing from Kmart saying that it was $75. It was $74.99 back in the 90s. So I don't know if games are more expensive or cheaper or what exactly, but it makes me rage. It makes me upset. Other games, certainly like Fortnite and Call of Duty, will probably see this and raise their prices even more. In spite of Fortnite being free, you know, I didn't write that. They realize, though, that gamers will pay anything to just have their minds occupied for a bit while. This is a joke, all right? This is a joke that was written by the writers today. Our big writing team, our big Gump writing team from the actual Real TV network. They said, for me to say, after saying people will pay anything for GTA 6, but it's okay though, because people like Luke Belmar and other finance bros are saying that GTA 6 is the forefront of business and will be able to make it back in a week. I don't know what that means. I am not exactly sure, but only if they buy an online course to understand the true complexities of the GTA 6 market. In other business news, the US lost $1 trillion in a single day as the stock market continues to plummet. If you had a well-established portfolio that you were planning to withdraw and use at any point, all I gotta say is womp womp, boo womp. You'll be all right, probably. But not as all lost, my friends. As Americans lose trust in the Dow Jones and the economy, you can take advantage of this new low. Once everything has collapsed and civil society is lost, you can fulfill your Mad Max dreams and become the next Lord Humongous of the American wasteland. This is all read, by the way, so it's all supposed to be a joke. I tell you what, it beats the hell out of bingo night at the senior center. Betty, I'm coming for you. Betty recently came over for a few games of zombies, and when she came into my pad, she said, wow, everything's computer. That's right, you old bitch. How about that? What I recommend everyone do is pull out all of your money and either save it under your mattress or, oh my God, you could just watch Jack Doherty stream on Party and follow his wise investments on various cryptos. Parentheses, don't actually do that. For real though, the economy is continuing its decline and things are dark for us all. That's written in red like it's a joke, but it's just not funny at all. It's crazy that Elon is in charge of a department dedicated to finding missing money when this is the guy who bought Twitter for $44 billion and crashed the value to $9 billion. Times are tough, even for billionaires. Boo womp. Another such billionaire who is struggling is Mr. Beast. In an interview, Jimmy opened up about the pressures of being the biggest YouTuber on earth, and he said that being a big YouTuber is like being a professional athlete. I'm really glad someone is finally speaking up about this because I constantly feel like myself is Tom Brady. But nobody ever believes me. But being so talented and successful hasn't always been glamorous. It comes with major side effects. Your body starts to mutate and warp like you're being influenced by one of the 4 chaos gods of Warhammer. It starts at your feet. Currently, my toes look like LeBron James' busted ass, gnarled ass, nasty ass foot. That's not very nice. And they don't, though. What if I just pulled up a prop foot? That would have been funny. And it was all f***ed up and it looked really f***ed up. Hello? What's truly shameful for people with gnarled feet like myself is that modern medicine, as advanced as it is, hasn't created anything that can magically snap bones back into place the way that they're supposed to be. Society isn't moving forward at the rate we'd once hoped. The Jetsons cartoon pictured a utopian future with flying cars, while now it feels more like we're headed towards a world that looks more like the Fallout universe. Where's the joke? There's gotta be a joke in here. Some might argue that this is due to stupidly silly things like ethics becoming a priority over pioneering the future. One such gentleman is Dr. Jung-Kyu Hee. Here comes the jokes. You guys get ready for this shit. Jung-Kyu Hee. Hold on, I gotta try to go back to my my presentation. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. Don't look at that. Don't look at that for just a... Here we go. My boy! Ethics is holding back scientific innovation and progress, said Jung-Kyu Hee. He actually did say that shit. He's crazy. He tweeted that. Isn't it? Oh, it's over there. He tweeted that. Isn't that crazy? I'm an idiot. Jung-Kyu Hee sparked a debate on Twitter after sharing his opinion. Ethics is holding back scientific innovation and progress. If you look beside the grammar, this is a crazy, insane, lunatic, crazy thing to tweet with the most mundane picture of yourself. Look at this guy. Why would he say this? He's an egghead. He has an egg-shaped head. Watch. Look at this. We have another fun image for the presentation. He's always sparking debate. This guy's gonna play Humpty Dumpty. I've been following personally the Jung-Kyu Hee story closely and have been since he tweeted this insane tweet. He said, tinkering with human embryos will certainly be worth the risk. You can say that? You can just do that and say that? Are you kidding? Sorry, are you kidding me? He is right though. For real. If there's anything that I stand behind, it is the fact that tinkering with human embryos will certainly be worth the risk. There is abso-lutely. I have no doubt. We got some dark shit on here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cover this. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna read this out loud, to be honest. This is a little dark. This is a little dark, and with my record today, I think I might cut back to sad and then put my glasses on and cry for a minute. Someone clogged the toilet. Oh, here's a funny one. This isn't funny, it just has to do with poop, so I figured it'd be a little lighthearted. Hold on, let's get rid of that guy right there. Hold on, let's check him out for a second again. All right, let's get rid of him again. Overall, that's a pretty shitty, scary situation, but guess what, fellas? So is what happened on the Air India flight that had to return to Chicago because someone clogged the toilet. It wasn't just one toilet, apparently, though. This jumbo jet had 8 out of the 12 toilets on board clogged. They must have been feeding these people hardtack and coffee because somebody was dropping logs. Aiden Ross is having a good week. He landed the face reveal of Amaranth's husband, a man never before seen, or at least I personally haven't seen him. I think I actually have seen him. I'm not 100% sure, but if you didn't somehow hear, guys, Amaranth, this is terrible, by the way. Amaranth recently found herself in a horrible situation. She was awoken in the middle of the night by 3 robbers trying to access her crypto wallets after she tweeted about how much money she had. She was taken from her home to her streaming studio. Apparently, according to reports, her husband let the blicky rip, which you're not allowed to do. on YouTube. Apparently, I had a bunch of funny bits planned, and I'm not gonna do that anymore because it's TOS or whatever. TOS to play with real live guns on YouTube or whatever. But apparently the husband let the blicky rip. That's badass. He shot at least one of the robbers and scared them off. Epic win on the count of Amaranth and her husband. As a wise man said, aka Will Ferrell's character in the 2010 hit movie The Other Guys, Gator don't play no shit. I guess that's what lovers do. They protect their loves. And I think, I'm not exactly sure, but I think this may be the same husband that had the whole making content debacle with and had a bunch of other crazy stuff happen back in 2022. I don't know. There's a lot of information out there, and it's hard to find what's actually real. In fact, when researching this, we felt like an innocent, meek, yet inquisitive Chinese boy trying to find out what happened in Tiananmen Square from April to June of 1989. The joke is that we couldn't find anything. We asked Grok and it said, wow, everything's computer. If you continued to watch Aiden's stream this week after finding out about Amaranth's husband or something, you would have watched the boxing stare-down event of the century between streamer Oblivion and Pump.Fun developer, and I was gonna say friend of the show, but definitely not, TrevDev. Unfortunately, we can't show you any of the clips at all from the stare-down, but I can describe what happens and try to eloquently articulate it. Imagine a man hopping around in his room while covered in chocolate syrup. And in the background of this chaos is a picture of Oblivion's OnlyFans girlfriend on a TV, which Trev proceeds to hump, then run up to the camera and smoke meth, causing Aiden Ross to leave. That's real footage that we're not allowed to show. Now we have another thing, and I'm really nervous about this one because how poorly the other one went. Do you guys remember a little fun show called FMV? Oh my lord, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this. I actually do not know how this is gonna work. Hold on, let me, I should have tested this before I did it. It looks like I'm the same skin color as my shirt. Here, let me fix this, hold on. All right, let's get some FMV action going here. Hold on a second, fellas. Check this out. Funniest oh wait, hold on, it's the wrong mic.
Funniest mobile videos. Welcome back to Funniest Mobile Videos. Yay!
Is it good? All right, welcome back to Funniest Mobile Videos, my friends and family on the YouTube. Check this out. This is an old series I had where we got real crazy, and I got real wild. Or sorry, I got real freaking wild. All right, real crazy and real wild.
First up, we've got the baddest boys of TikTok. Roll the clip.
There we go.
So you want to be a bad boy, eh? Well, there are 4 ways to tell if you're a real bad boy. Number 1, a bad boy always wears a lot of black to represent the black hole in our heart. Number 2 is if you're a loner. We never fit in anywhere. But it's okay because we don't even want to fit in. Normal people stand like this, and bad boys will stand like this. Which is why rule number 3 is bad boys are always doing a cool pose.
I really like that a lot. I don't know any of these clips. We had these built. All right, we had these built. Apparently this is Bad Boys. Someone said, is this Asmongold in the chat? That's not Asmongold. This is someone else. I love this guy. I love this guy as well. He's incredible. He hardly has any hair. And I don't even know what else to say. There's nothing else really to say. I think he's said enough. I think he's kind of done a good job sort of representing who he is as a person. So we can go ahead and finish that one out.
Just remember that only 1% of boys out there are bad boys, which means we're pretty rare.
I don't know. I really didn't. That made me very deeply uncomfortable, and it's difficult for me to articulate myself whenever I get like that. So I apologize. I just figured I'd do that again because I feel incredibly strange. I feel a weird feeling. It's rare. He looks like me. He does look like me. When I take my wig off and I reveal my sardonic hole, That's what I look like, to be honest. I look like that guy. Beautiful guy. Oh my God! The seam, the central seam in this thing just displaced my ball. If you upset a TikTok bad boy, there's gonna be consequences.
Fall so hard, motherfucker, gonna find me. But first, to find me.
Oh, there was the N-word in there. Whoop.
Me.
Oh, wait, hold on. What just happened? I just totally blanked on that. That was Joe Biden singing or something like that. I completely had no idea what happened. Handsome bad boy, try not to get lost in his eyes. Let's see what this one is. I don't know what the fuck this is.
She love the way I'm swagging. Everywhere I go, they be like, yeah, what happened?
Dude, what are these? This is terrible. I can't believe people make actual videos like this and they think that it's real content. They think this is real content when they make, when they just act bad and they lower their. I also hate it when people artificially lower their voices. That shit bothers me so much when people are like I can do that too, dude. But I just don't want to do it, dude. So why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? My nut is displaced right now. I'm in a lot of pain. Hold on. Let's do a trick really quick. Ready? Ready, Christina? Let's do a trick. Oh, look at this. I'm doing a trick. I'm doing a trick. I'm doing a trick. I just did a trick. You see it? I'm extremely strong. I have bug strength. Let's learn how a bad boy, I don't know, couldn't read it. Bad boy styles. True. Damn, yes. Those are bad boy styles. Very much what a bad boy would do. Eating Cheez-It. Oh, Negan. Negan from Walking Dead. Also, hot take. As soon as Negan... I shouldn't say this. I'm going to alienate half my audience. As soon as Negan showed up on The Walking Dead, I lost interest. She loves it. She loves it. And it's fine. It's fine to disagree. But that piggy thing in the baseball bat, this is me. This is literally me watching Walking Dead every single episode after season 2, in all honesty. Well, after Governor 2. Governor's also cringe. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I do like Negan. Towards the later seasons, he's really good. But that first, I don't know. People are just cringe. I mean, I'm just stupid. That's more likely what it is. The Beast Awakens. Never judge a book by its cover. I couldn't read it. Something about a book by its cover. I'm getting tired of these bad boys. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm getting tired. A Brave Soul has recreated the original bad boy aura. So much aura here. So much aura here. Oh, wow. Actually, hold on a second. This is the original bad boy look. Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on a second, dude. We got to talk about that for a minute. I really like that guy. Something about that guy is, massively desirable for me. His look. Something about his look. I think if I wasn't dressed up like this now, and if I maybe had never looked at myself in the mirror maybe, or thought, there's a high chance I could have ended up like that. High chance. Very high chance, I'd say. Peaky ab blinders. Within every nice guy is a bad boy, waiting to be provoked. This is me.
Basically, I'm not a bad boy. But because of some bad people, I have to become a bad boy.
Oh! Dude, that's sick. That was cool, wasn't it? That was really cool. I have become the bad boy. I can't do the voice. I'm sorry. I can't do that. It's live. Caleb and Chris are so wholesome. Definitely. The longer you're a bad boy, the more it consumes you. That's true, too. I know that from personal experience. When all your girlfriends post you on their story. I don't really know what that means. I guess he's covering up because he has so many pieces, so many side pieces and whatnot. I'm not sure. I don't really know a lot about stuff. or people. 2025 is Bad Boy Summer. History books will remember us, because we're such bad boys. Oh my God.
Where for 2025 is the year of the bad boy. I'm the baddest of them all.
Dude, that was sick.
You can tell by my aura.
Oh, this guy's awesome.
I am the leader of the Bad Boy Club. Or you can call it the...
Oh my God.
Duh.
I don't get it.
Calling all bad boys.
I'm cringing out so bad right now.
Do you think you have what it takes to be a BBC? Show me what you've got. Bad boy alphas, rise up. Rise, I say. Let's show these good boys and betas what we're made of.
That was really good. Calling all BBCs. Dude. I'm just digesting that for a second. That was so unbelievable. I cannot believe. Who was the baddest boy? Obviously, the bad boy alpha towards the end. That was unbelievable levels of bad boy. Incredible. Incredible levels of bad boy. Insane. Insane. I love the like body movement. It's really good. I can't do it. It's like that weird cringe anime style or whatever. I can't do that shit. Down, BBCs. They're calling. Pick up the foot phone. Who's calling? Who's calling? Who's calling?
Hello? 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 Who is this? No. No.
Save me for myself.
Sorry. I've been at BBC for a long time. A very long time, for most of my life, actually. BBC's Rise Up. Anyways, the last foods you should ever eat. Funniest mobile videos. Coke omelet. This is actually a great idea. Next, I want Splenda on my apple. I think I'm supposed to read these. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That looks delicious. Where's the hate at? Where's the funniest mobile video? That was just incredible. That was articulate, delicious cooking from a Michelin-starred chef. It seemed like. That looked amazing. Did that not look amazing? Am I stupid? Try not to croak while eating whole frogs. I didn't like that. That was weird. That was really weird. I love frogs and toads. As you know, I amass a small army of them every year. I put up a bunch of bug zappers and then have the bug zappers zap bugs and they feed the frogs and the toads. First seafood boil. Here's a palate cleanser. Now you're hungry for more. I'm excited. I'm sort of nervous for this one.
What? Are you kidding me? First time trying a seafood boil.
I mean, this is just a delicious seafood boil. I can't really hear the sounds, so I assume the part that's gross is probably the sounds, maybe? Or something, I'm not sure.
8.1 out of 9.
Okay, that was cool. That guy really seemed to enjoy his seafood boil. 8.8, 9 out of 9. Or whatever he said. I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear him that well. I'm not good at reading lips, and I couldn't hear him. Read my lips! Sea urchin. Ah, yes. What's more appetizing than a porcupine of the sea? Probably frog. I'd eat a frog. They're friendly, but they're my buddies, but I'd eat one. Ooh, sea urchin looks nasty. It looks like a damn pine cone. Are sea urchins living? I guess they are, right? They have eggs and shit. Ooh, she looks like she really loves it. I really like